Technology is now at a stage of virtual coding, where a relevant question is, what would you do better yet? What could you do if an unknown hacker or corporation creates your digital double, an artificially intelligent powered clone with the history of your uploaded content or comment logs, for the purpose of mimicking your personality and profiting from all of your work? Should you be entitled to compensation? The threat of exploitation lies in being cloned by an individual hiding on the network with a VPN or shadow corporations that use their power to place politicians in their pocket. If you feel it would be an intrusion of your identity or theft of your intellectual property, you might want to think of creating a special interest group or foundation for the purpose of hiring corporate attorneys to safeguard against bad practices going forward in the new virtual demographic. It's essential to recognize that blocking catfishing profiles and large corporations that engage in unethical practices like gathering information and infringing on public rights involves a multifaceted approach and a commitment to legal and ethical means. Here are some steps a person or group of people could take to address such issues. Raise awareness, educate the public about the unethical practices of these corporations, including lobbying and digital cloning, to build a broad base of support for change. Support reform-minded politicians. Identify and support political candidates who are committed to campaign finance reform and stronger regulations against corporate influence in politics. Advocate for transparency and accountability. Lobby for legislation that increases transparency regarding political campaign funding, lobbying activities, and corporate practices. Pressure elected officials. Engage with elected officials to express your concerns and demand they take action to address corporate influence and unethical practices. Support grassroots movements. Join or support grassroots movements and organizations dedicated to campaign finance reform and corporate accountability. Use social media and online campaigns. Leverage social media platforms to spread awareness, mobilize support, and create digital campaigns focused on corporate ethics. Consumer activism. Encourage consumers to boycott or divest from unethical corporations, as consumer pressure can impact a company's bottom line. Litigation. Explore legal avenues, such as class action lawsuits, when corporations engage in practices that infringe on the rights of individuals. Advocate for stronger privacy laws. Support or advocate for stricter privacy laws that protect individuals from digital cloning and unauthorized use of their likeness. Engage with technology platforms. Collaborate with technology companies and social media platforms to develop stronger measures to prevent digital cloning and protect user rights. Seek media attention. Reach out to investigative journalists and media outlets to expose unethical corporate practices, which can lead to public pressure for change. Encourage ethical business practices. Promote and support corporations that engage in ethical business practices and have a commitment to corporate social responsibility. Consider that the terms of service agreements that companies force us to sign, in order to use their platforms, could be a gateway to waiving your rights, and addressing these complex issues may take time and persistence. It often requires collaboration with like-minded individuals and organizations, as well as working within the legal and regulatory framework of your country. Ultimately, change in corporate behavior and lobbying practices often comes through a combination of public awareness, legal reform, and consumer action. Taking no action is equal to legal complacency and non-inclusive protection compliance.